Hi there, this is Business with Dave. In this video, I'll be telling you why you shouldn't be afraid to increase your prices during this tough economic situation. Everything has gone up, so in order for you to survive as a business, whether you're selling a product or a service, you're gonna need to increase your prices. Inflation has gone high, you're gonna need to increase your prices, and the reason why I'll be laying out in this video. But before I jump into this video though, let's like and subscribe to the channel if you do find this video useful, and hopefully you can use some of these tips and apply it to your business as well. But yeah, let's jump straight into this video. So firstly, you don't want to be swimming in your costs. Everything has gone up in general, so consider inflation going up by 10%, 8%. It is always going to be a bit more expensive than a year or two ago. So you're going to need to increase your prices more or less in line with inflation, or just depending on what the situation is like around where you are located. Not many people can afford the increase in prices, but in order for you to survive, you're going to have to increase those prices, even if you might get less customers as a result, because with the increased prices, you'll be able to make up hopefully the margins as well. So in order for you to survive, you're not going to be able to keep affording your normal prices, because if your costs have gone up and your prices stay the same, then you're getting less and less profit. So the only natural thing to do is to increase your prices so it can balance out. So don't be afraid to increase your prices, because if your costs keep building up, then there's no way that it won't spiral, and customers will get more annoyed when you increase your prices later. If you increase it as soon as you can and let your customers know the reasons, at least they could be prepared for it. And I think when you give that advance notice, people are more inclined to understand. So do try to do that. The second thing is that you want to watch your competitors. So if your competitors have increased their prices, it's perfectly okay for you to increase your prices as well. Unless you're aiming for the lower end of the market and you're selling at a low price, you increasing by 50p or at most a pound, it will be perfectly okay, because if your customers are willing to pay for other places and other places have increased their prices, there's no reason why they wouldn't accept your prices as well. They understand that inflation's high, everything is costing more. So if you don't increase your prices in line with the competitors, then your product may be seen as maybe a bit more cheaper, or the quality isn't as good. But if you put it more inclined and people have the perception that it's more or less the same thing, it's more or less the same quality, same pricing, it's just that it's just a little bit more expensive, people more inclined and they know what is happening in the world, so they will understand. So don't be afraid to look at what your competitors are doing, keep an eye on what they're doing, whether it's 50p or a pound more, and then you can judge for yourself how you want to price your products as well. The third thing that you have to be aware of course, whenever you increase your prices, customers will be aware of everything going up. So don't be afraid to explain it to your customers even further. This is all social interactions, customer building interactions, customer loyalty as well. So let your customers be informed, be honest about it. If everything has gone up, your vegetables or your fruit or your rice and all your materials have gone up, customers will understand. So do lay it out, do explain the situation. They would already know with the news continuously bombarding us about high prices, delays in shipments and stuff like that. So it's not new to anybody. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Everyone is understandable as long as you can lay it out that it's nice and clear and you're not trying to rip off people or you're trying to trick people into paying more higher prices. That customers won't think anything less if you're honest with them. If you're transparent, you're honest, and you can let your communication play out, don't worry about it, because everything will fall into place and everything is going to go up, and there's no point staying at your normal prices if everything else is going up. My next point is that your business needs to be able to increase your prices in order to survive. I think if it's down to survival and you don't have much customers, and the customers that are coming in are still your regulars, increasing your prices won't affect them too much, because if they already like what you do, like the products and services that you provide, that increase, particularly if it's like a service and you can increase it by a bit more because you can be more in line with your competitors, your costs, it's easier for that. And the thing is, people shouldn't underestimate it, because it's so important that, again, people are informed, but also that in order for your business to survive, you're gonna need to increase those prices, because there's no way if you can keep your same level of service or products at a X level, but your costs have gone so much higher. If you can't break even, it really is no point. If you can't even make a little profit, there's really no point doing it. So if you need to be in line with all the other prices, please do that, because if that's the only way your business is going to survive, you're going to have to increase your prices. Your service might be great, your customer service is great, your product is great, but everything has gone up, so you have no choice but to increase those prices, and it's okay if you do. And my fifth and final point is that as long as your offering is still solid, your business is still in high demand, you have a loyal customer base, there is literally no reasons why customers won't keep coming back. So do be aware of that, and be wary that as long as you built up that good customer relationship and you offer that good quality prices and products, literally a little price increase is not going to affect anyone too much to an extent, because everything else has already gone up. So do be in line with that. Don't be afraid to increase your prices. There are so many points I've already explained before that could be a real concern, but I want to put you at ease, because everybody has increased their prices almost every 3 months, 6 months, sometimes even like 6 months. Everyone has already increased, just incrementally. I think that is so essential. You don't want to go from £8 to £13 straight away. You want it to be gradual as much as you can. Keep customers informed, and the customers will be aware of it. Don't do a massive jump and they'll be like, what the hell's going on? Make sure everyone's transparent. You are aware of what you're doing. You're doing it to survive, and it's essential. This is essential that you have to do. This is not that you have, like you are technically forced into doing it. So do bear that in mind when you increase your prices, you talk to your customers. You're being forced into doing it, because if you could keep your margins the same, you would do it. But because your margins are getting smaller, everything's becoming more expensive, it's becoming harder to run a business. So do be okay to accept the higher prices, do lay it out, and customers will understand. Thanks for this video, guys. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, like this video and consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to increase your prices when you have to, and it's better you do it now than later. Do give your customers maybe a couple weeks heads up. That is always appreciated. But do be aware, you're going to have to increase your prices in order to survive, so do go ahead and do that. I've been Business with Dave. I'll see you next video. Take care.